Hi, I'm Sami Tsang. I'm this year's Winifred Shantz Award recipient. As a Chinese diaspora growing up in Canada, I've always felt caught between two worlds, being too Asian at school and then being too Western at home. And because of that, I felt like I lost my way to form an opinion at a young age. But my work has always been a tool for me to navigate that and help me find my voice again. This award came at a perfect time for me. I just completed a 3-year residency at Harbourfront Centre and moved into my first independent studio in the city. I've also been experiencing a huge shift in my personal life, and naturally that has a huge impact on what I want to say in my work. I want to explore my family history of them experiencing Vietnam War and how that impacted the generation before us and also continues to impact our generation. Typically, my process starts from me finding a space where I feel safe, and that would be usually my home. I would start sketching there and bring those ideas and concepts, stories that I want to tell through my work back to my studio. And that's when I start thinking about how I can construct the piece from bottom up, kind of like a 3D printer, but with my hands. And then I bring the pieces through the ceramic ways of like firing, bisque, and glaze. And that's where I feel like sometimes I lose a bit of control. And it can be a natural, beautiful thing that I get to experience with ceramics. Sometimes they explode or they form cracks. But then I would use cold techniques, I guess, using epoxy or resin to kind of refine some of the surface, but also enjoying the duality of having something permanent and something less permanent. And I think that reflects on like what I want to talk in my work too, like having to feel like the duality of like East and West. And so I really think like this award came at a perfect time because it allows me to just step back and not have that like studio like production guilt and just spending the time to investigate on like what I want to say next. I've been watching films and drawing inspiration from that, and also I'm very lucky to be able to talk to my grandma on the phone for hours just to learn about her experiences during the war and starting a family during that time, having 4 children and carrying my mom as an infant on the boat and immigrating to Canada. And also the hardship that follows after there was a lot of emotional neglection that happened for the generation before us, and what was the impact for all of that. I would also like to thank the jurors, Carol Epp, Susan Collette, and Sequoia Miller for this award. I'm very grateful. This award would allow me to continue my practice and explore this new chapter in my work.